Il mio sogno, diventare giornalista.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another brand new video. Today we're filming a small video on N55 versus B58. So a lot of people talk in the comments of videos and Instagram, TikTok, what is the best motor to buy in today's market? It's kind of simple. There's a lot of options. As you guys know, there's S55, B58, N55, S58. Those are kind of like the top dogs in the BMW motors department at this moment. So today I have two of those cars. I have Jack's F87 M2 manual, and then I have Yousif's 2021 Mark V Supra. So we currently are at this airstrip kind of place. It looks like an abandoned airstrip or something. As you guys can see, like yellow lines all the way up and down. Not too many people here, so it's a pretty good location for filming. We have my F30, the M2, and the Supra. Let's get into it. We have the cars all set up. On the left side, we have, this is 2021 Supra in nocturnal black. It's a Gen 2 B58. The car is completely stock. Then on the right side, we have Jack's 2018 M2 N55, and this one is a 6-speed manual. This thing has an intake or is completely stock? Okay, the M2 is completely stock, so it's a pretty fair comparison here. Both the cars are stock. They have some cosmetic mods. We'll run through those in a little bit, but to start off, we're gonna start with the Supra. All right, you guys, first topic we're gonna talk about is performance. Starting off with the B58. Now, if you guys don't know, the B58 is a 3-liter turbo inline 6, pushing around 380 horsepower in the specific Supra model. Yousif has a couple things done from the previous owner. He doesn't know exactly what's done to it, but the previous owner told him that it's around 410 horsepower. So this thing has a lot of power for the size of the car. I think it weighs around 3,000 pounds, so it's pretty light and has a good amount of power. The only problem with this is that it's rear wheel drive, and Yousif over here likes to do some burnouts. So he doesn't get the most amount of traction, which is fine, but once he grips up, he's pretty much gone. When it comes to reliability, the B58 has proven itself over the past couple years. Since 2016, this motor has been out, originating in the 340s. This thing is pretty much a tank. It's based off of a diesel motor from BMW. I'm pretty sure it's the N57. Don't quote me on that, I could be wrong. But it's built off of a high compression motor, so it's already built for a lot of power. As you guys know, there's a lot of people online that do single turbo kits on these cars, and they pretty much handle it like no problem. So when it comes to power, B58 is one of the top motors you want to use if you're trying to get easy, reliable power for a good price. Now, even with higher mileage, the B58s have proven themselves to be really, really reliable. These cars will be over 100,000 miles, and I've seen B58s with almost 150,000 miles on them at this point, and they're tanks. They come in. The only problem that some people run into is the PCV. Now, the PCV is built into the valve cover, and over time it can fail. This can be caused by idling the car for too long, and basically what happens is it will blow a lot of white smoke out of the exhaust tips. Now, it can be expensive to fix if you go through BMW, as BMW doesn't actually have like a part that you can replace, so you actually have to replace the entire valve cover. Although, if you guys want, you can go aftermarket and get an individual PCV and then replace it for, I think, around $300 to $400. So other than the PCV, the B58 is pretty much fully reliable. I have not heard of any big problems with these motors yet, and they've been out for 8 years now. So I would say that's a pretty comfortable amount of time to say that this motor is a solid piece of machinery. If I wanted to push reliable power for a cheap price compared to like an S55 or an S58, the B58 is most definitely the way to go. This Gen 2 B58 is paired with the ZF8 transmission. This transmission is an extremely good transmission. It's usually rated to hold around 700 horsepower. So if you guys are wanting to push power with your B58, or it's a good transmission to do that with, these transmissions can hold a lot of power for what they are. A stock transmission holding up to 700 horsepower is kind of uncalled for from any brand. So I've seen people push 750 horsepower with a single turbo, and they're doing completely fine. So the transmission holds up well. It shifts quick. Overall, the transmission paired with the engine on this car, it's a great option for you guys to go with. It's reliable, holds power, and it's an amazing driving experience. Now moving on to the M2. As you guys know, the M2 comes in two models. We have the N55, which is this car, and then we also can get the car with the S55. The S55 motor comes in the M2 competition. This is an M2 base, so different than your typical N55 that would normally come in a 335 or a 435i. This thing is a really fun car to drive. So this car is paired with the 6-speed manual transmission, as you guys can see. Not a lot of cars are manual these days, so Jack was lucky to find a manual just like my car, but this car is more of a driver's car than something for speed. So when it comes to performance, the N55 is a solid motor. This is the last variant of the N55, as they discontinued this motor in 2018. So this is a 2018 M2, and this car has proven to be reliable. This motor has been out for first N55s came out in 2012, I believe, and this is the last variant, so they've done a lot of improvements to this one. Now, when it comes to driver's perspective, this is the perfect driver's car. It's got a lot of power for the weight of the car. I think this car weighs over just 3,000 pounds. It's rear-wheel drive. It has a limited slip differential. It's manual transmission, and it's really compact. So as you guys know, this car shares the same chassis as the M240s, M235s. So it's a lot more squished than the typical F chassis. As you guys can see, there's the F87. And then here is my F30. So as you guys can see, the difference in size, that one's a lot shorter and it's a lot wider. So that car is more of like a stock look. Mine is more like a stretched out and lengthy look. But in comparison, driver's perspective, if you guys are wanting to go for power, I would suggest go B58. If you guys are wanting to go for driver's experience, go for the N55. Both motors are really reliable. Both motors sound amazing, especially the N55 if you get a nice exhaust, downpipe, and a little bit of tune. These cars come with an M Performance tune from factory, so they do a little brap. I can throw in a clip from that in a second here. But B58 and N55 both sound amazing, perform amazing, both have proven to be reliable, and are overall both solid motors. The next topic I'm going to cover in this video is modifications. Now, both of these cars have a wide variety of modifications you can do to them. Online, there's multiple companies. You guys can order performance parts, cosmetic parts, whatever you guys need for these cars, someone will make it. Now, the Supra has not been around for as long as the M2, so there's not quite as much modifications, but the M2 has tons of online modifications you guys can order from companies. The list goes on. But if you guys are interested in the market for either of these cars, just know there's a wide variety of aftermarket parts. Now for daily drivability. Both of these cars work as great daily. The M2 is very modern, super nice, comes with comfortable seats, rear seats, as well as a trunk. The Supra, on the other hand, is a little smaller on the inside, although it is newer. So it has the iDrive 8, I believe. This thing comes with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Super good for dailying, although the only issue you guys will be running into is size. This car is a lot smaller than the M2 when it comes to interior, although the trunk on this car is actually much bigger than you may think. Now, the Supra does look compact as it is, and don't get me wrong, it is a smaller car compared to the M2. The trunk is a lot bigger than you guys may think. It's kind of like a hatchback, so the thing comes up. You have all of this space up top here when this little privacy cover comes down, and then on the inside there's a good amount of room. You could fit a nice hockey bag back there. The sticks would probably have to go on the seat, but it is a good amount of space for the size of the car, and this is most definitely a good daily if you guys are wanting a daily fun sports car. Moving on to the M2. Now, the M2 also has a good amount of trunk space for the size of the car. As you guys can see, you can probably fit a hockey bag back there, sticks in the front. And then if you guys want, I believe these seats fold down as well. So you guys can go into the back seats, fold them down, and then you'll have a lot more room for something like skis if you need it or anything like that. All right, for the last and final topic we're going to talk about is sound. Now, the N55 is seen as more of a refined sound than the B58, is what most people say. But both cars sound mostly similar, both 3-liter turbo inline sixes, and both sound amazing. So let's get into the sound clips. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed that little B58 versus N55. Now we're just gonna go have some fun, see what the day brings to us, and yeah, you guys can follow along. So yeah, let's see what happens. All right, you guys, we just got to this new spot here. Somewhat on the edge of like a boat ramp or something. It says, all off-road vehicles prohibited. Good thing we're not off-road vehicles. So this is the second spot of the day. Pretty cool. We're not really supposed to be here, but it's okay, we're in Mexico. We're in Mexico, it's fine. Getting some photos while we're here. Probably gonna get some food in a little bit, but This is a cool spot as long as the tide doesn't come in and turn our cars into Hellcats and sail out there. So far so good though. All right, you guys, now we are going to be doing a modification on the go. Jack here with his quick swap LED modules. He has the yellow ones in right now, as you guys saw in the last clips. Now he's going to be swapping in the white ones. So let's time this. Let's see how long this takes. It's currently 1:57. Let's see how long it's going to take him to put them in.
Hot. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it.
They're hot?
Yeah. Feel how hot that is.
You know,
okay.
$158.
Slow.
$159. Got to put the screws back in.
Oh.
Yeah. Are those torqued to spec?
Yep.
Okay.
12.5 foot-pound.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
12 hand rotations.
12 hand rotations. Yeah. That's about right. Actually, at this rate, he's only 4 minutes in, and he's 1.5 done. So, sub 5 minute mod? Question mark?
5.
Two more. Torque him down to spec.
Oh shit.
12 hand rotations. 12 hand rotations.
2.
Oh yeah, he had to find it.
Devin got it because he has smaller hands.
Really? Yeah, we are at Vista House in the Gorge. It's like a big lookout area. It was nighttime, and Jack dropped one of his T20s in the engine bay of his 440 when he used to have the F32. And our homie Devin had to fish it out because he lost it in there. Almost. Torquing it down. 12 turn Newton meters. Boom.
That one's stripped.
Done. 202. 5 minute mod, guys. You guys want a quick mod? Here, let's see how it looks. Okay, they're on now. You guys can see. It's harder to see because the sun's straight in the light, but there you go. Yeah, there you go. The white DRLs versus the yellow. Quick mod. Pretty sick if you guys have a F87, F32, F82, F80. Sucks on my car because I have OEM LCI headlights, but the module's on the bottom, so if I want to swap mine, I have to take off the whole bumper, which kind of sucks. But Jack's is easy because you just got to do the little 3 T20s on top. All right, so Yousif's got like 20 miles range in his car, so stopping for some gas. Jack's topping off down there. He looks stoked to be here. Ooh, look at that. I got a chip on my lip, guys. Must have hit a rock or something on the dirt roads back there.
We do not.
I got a chip on my lip.
No.
Tiny little chip.
Bro. Little Sharpie.
Yeah, a little Sharpie won't. Nothing a little Sharpie won't fix. I got another one over here that I gotta fix. Little scratch right there.
Don't move. It's time to go.
Alright. Oh.
Alright, you guys, we just stopped. We're gonna go get some food. We're in like this small area. I think we're probably gonna go to Shake Shack over there in the corner. But we always park up here in the parking deck just so everybody stays away from us. Alright, you guys, we just got some food over at the Shake Shack burger place, and now we just met up with some random super that's up here on the parking garage. So we're gonna go to a car meet in a second here, but we're gonna go say what's up to this guy. Alright, you guys, we just got to this random car meet here. I don't know who's hosting it, but there was only like 6 cars that showed up. Other than that, it's just us 3, and then there's another super here, which is pretty sick. You guys saw that earlier. He followed us here. Oh, it's switching back again.
One yellow.
Switching them back to yellows, right? It was white.
Yeah.
2 in 1 day. 10-minute mod now. It just looks like you have a bad headlight now.
Shit.
I like the yellows though. Me personally, I would do yellow.
thing's so sick.
Yeah, that is tough.
Got you said. How should everybody? I want the
Alright you guys, that's going to conclude today's video. I hope you all enjoyed watching. Hopefully the earlier part of this video you guys will get a better idea on what vehicle to buy, B58 or N55. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace.